Hello, friends. Welcome back to In My Car on this rainy Thursday. Good to be with you. Oh, my God, my phone is crazy again. Oh, great. Yes. Okay, we're here. Is this thing going to work now or what? Who knows what it's going to do? Good to be with you on this rainy Thursday, you guys. The golf world is upside down, and I am here for this. This is my favorite game in the world, and we have drama. We have high-stakes drama. We have Live Tour players who have hit balls at the Centurion Club in southern England. They're playing at London. For those of you that are pretty much unaware, what up, Mike? Thanks for tuning in, and good morning to you as well. For those of you that are unaware, the Live Tour is a Saudi-backed rival tour to the PGA Tour. The belief really is that the PGA Tour is overrun by overwhelming greed, and as a result, certain players in their belief aren't getting their financial due. And as a result, the Saudi regime has funded a new golf league called the Live Tour, LIV, which is the Roman numeral for 54, because they're going to be playing 54 holes. And it started today with the winning golfer taking home $4 million. So this is the richest purse in professional golf history. To put it in context, Scotty Scheffler, when he won the Masters, took home just north of $2.5 million. The winner on this thing in 2 days' time from now will take home $4 million. It is a no-cut event. If you get into the field, you will get paid regardless of where you finish. Obviously, the big names, Dustin Johnson getting paid $120 million to sign on and to leave the PGA Tour. Phil Mickelson getting $200 million. Bryson DeChambeau also kind of in that realm. And then the lower-ranked players, Sergio Garcia, Lee Westwood, Louis Oosthuizen, and on Ian Poulter, and on we go. Tiger Woods allegedly turned down an offer in excess of $600 million, saying close to $1 billion. Tiger said, thanks, but no thanks. So the PGA Tour basically said they were waiting till a golf ball had been hit on the Live Tour. A golf ball was hit this morning, and Jay Monahan, the commissioner, who is in Toronto for the RBC Canadian Open at St. George's, issued a statement, and you can go to In the Car with Star on my Facebook page, and you can read the email that PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan sent to the PGA Tour membership, which is basically unprecedented times that we are in. These players that have decided to give back their PGA Tour cards, basically saying you can't fire me because I quit. The rules are hard, they are fast, they are furious, and they are not messing around. The PGA Tour dropped the hammer on the Live Tour players that abandoned their PGA Tour membership, basically saying that they are done. They will not be welcomed back in any facet whatsoever, whether it's the PGA Tour of America, the PGA Tour of Canada, the Corn Ferry Tour, President's Cup, Ryder Cup, sponsors exemption, which is something I talked about earlier this week, because I don't think the PGA Tour is sweating the Live Golf Tour that much today, and I could be completely dead wrong. Here's why I don't think they're sweating it. The only way the PGA Tour is going to get really worried is if the majors decide that, yeah, no problem, you're going to be allowed to play. We're going to let these guys come and play. Well, it appears the Masters is now stepping up, and the Masters is apparently getting set to announce that anybody that abandoned their PGA Tour membership will not be welcomed into the Masters Invitational. It's an invitational. Let's remember that. So let's talk about what's going to happen, because one of the things that was a bit of a sweat was the PGA Tour going to close the loophole? Sponsors exemptions. So someone like Dustin Johnson, for example, who gave back his PGA Tour card, would basically exploit a loophole, the Travelers Championship. He has signed up to play the Travelers Championship. Well, if you go on my Facebook page today and read the email that Jay Monahan sent out, they are closing that loophole. So sponsors exemption is now closed. That was one area that concerned me about the future of the PGA Tour. The other area that concerned me was official world golf ranking points. This allows players of the professional status anyway to compete in World Golf Championship events, the WGC that we know, right? So the Dell Match Play, things of that nature. And if golfers were able to accumulate official world golf ranking points, OWGR, then that would be a problem, because then and then only Could players accumulate points that keep them active in international play? It allows them to get into major tournaments, and it allows them to also make bank by going to compete and play for a rival tour like the Live Tour. So it appears that those loopholes are going to be closed. So it does look like the shit has hit the fan. So those that have decided to jump over, like Dustin Johnson, who relinquished his PGA Tour membership card, what does that mean? What happens next? They dropped the hammer, and the PGA Tour can't mess around, and I'm here for it. A lot of people are asking me, what I think is happening with the Live Tour and the PGA Tour. I think this is a phenomenal story. I think this is a crazy, crazy story. As I said off the top, we are in uncharted waters here. This is the first time I think I've ever seen the PGA Tour actually publicly disciplined. The PGA Tour does a very good job of disciplining their players behind closed doors, very hush-hush, very quiet, right? Like Patrick Reed, for example, Bryson DeChambeau, two notable players that are part of the group, the contingent that left the PGA to jump on the Live Tour, right? So Patrick Reed is universally disliked. Apparently he's been a miserable, cheating SOB for as long as this guy's held a golf club. That's the rumor. That's the story, right? Bryson DeChambeau, this one hurts. This is a big loss, and apparently Phil Mickelson has this guy's ear, because word is, according to numerous reports, as reported by the wonderful reporter Dan Rappaport for Golf Digest and Golf Digest Online, basically saying through the numerous sources that he cites in his latest piece that Bryson gets advice from nobody and wants advice from no one, except for Phil Mickelson, who, of course, is the name on the marquee leading the charge for the Live Tour. And apparently Phil has been in Bryson's ear talking about how he's getting robbed, how he's not getting enough money. And apparently Bryson DeChambeau behind the scenes is an absolute nightmare. An absolute nightmare. And look, I get that these stories are coming out to disparage these players that left the PGA Tour for the Live Tour. No one's going to say anything. No source is going to say anything flattering about guys that betrayed their friends on the PGA Tour, right? Justin Thomas has been very consistent in saying, if you're going to go, just go. Rory McIlroy doesn't think being motivated by money and money only is a wise decision. He says he's been down this path a couple of times and it didn't turn out well. I have a feeling Rory McIlroy in the course of time is probably going to be proven correct. Just my opinion. So when it comes to what's happening with Bryson DeChambeau, who apparently berates volunteers, is terrible with rules officials. I remember when his hot mic caught him talking about the greens at Wingfoot and the fact that, fans and members at Wingfoot were booing this guy because he's such not a great guy, apparently. So while the name on the marquee hurts that the PGA Tour apparently is going to lose Bryson DeChambeau, who is not giving up his PGA Tour membership. He's not doing that. Neither is Phil Mickelson. Dustin Johnson is. Kevin Na is. Sergio Garcia did. All of those guys gave up their membership cards. And if they want to get it back, they're going to have to wait an entire year. And it's no guarantee that they're going to be welcomed back. And guys like Sergio Garcia and Ian Poulter and Lee Westwood and Louis Oosthuizen and Richard Bland and all these other guys, honest to God, I'm a diehard golf fan, right? I don't care that they're not there anymore. Do I miss Sergio Garcia? No. I hope he tears up a bunker like he has done in his past, and I'd love to see what happens to him then and then only. I'd love to see Patrick Reed kind of bend the rules and sees what happens. But the whole thing, right, like, I'm never going to chastise a player for chasing the dollar. It's their right. It is their right to chase and get as much money as they can get their hands on. Their lifespan is not guaranteed. It's extremely volatile. It's extremely unpredictable. But here's the thing. If you want to go there and be backed by the Saudi dollar, then be prepared for the backlash from people that you've chosen to offend, because that's what you've done. That's what you've done. Am I offended that Phil Mickelson and DJ and everybody else jumped ship and chased the mighty dollar? No, I'm not offended. I'm not offended by that. I'm not a giant fanboy of either of those guys. But spare me the bullshit of, oh, I went there because for family reasons, or I went there because, ooh, it's exciting. They do shotgun starts on the Live Tour. Spare me that bullshit, because that's what it is. They're selling you a line up the river that has no validity to it whatsoever. You're going there for the dollar and the dollar only, a chance to set up your family for generations to come. At least tell me that. At least tell the golf fan that. Don't play us all for stupid bobos, because we ain't. We know what's going on. We know that the Saudi regime has a terrible track record with human rights, and they continues to do so. But Phil Mickelson was asked by a reporter, what are you apologizing for, Phil? And he couldn't answer it, because he knows he has, watch them, watch their eyes. Watch their eyes. They're thinking. They're thinking of how to politically correctly answer questions about why they've chosen to back this. And look, the Saudi regime is trying to clean up their image. They're investing in the NFL. They're investing in Formula One. They're dropping over $600 million into Formula One. And now they're going to drop over years, apparently $4 billion to get the Live Tour off the ground. So this is what they're doing. They're trying to buy an image. That's what they're doing. That, to me, is indisputable. It's exactly what's happening. And those that have decided to jump over and leave the PGA Tour for financial reasons, then so be it. As I said here, it's your right to do so. But be prepared for backlash that I believe is richly deserved. So Phil Mickelson, DJ, Kevin Na, other Bryson, Patrick Reed, other notable Americans that have decided to do this and go over, there's going to be backlash because you have upset people. There's someone out there that loves Dustin Johnson. Somebody is Dustin Johnson's favorite player, and they're bothered by this. They're bothered setting him up for your family. Get out of here, DJ. Get out of here. You're one of the best players of your generation. You're a Masters winner. You're a once upon a time, less than 2 years ago, the #1 player on planet Earth. And by the way, you married into the Gretzky family, brother. You got Gretzky money and your own money. And you're telling me you're doing this for your family? Who are you talking to? Who is believing that line? Like, it's beyond me. The stupidity, the hypocrisy is beyond me, right? But I'm fascinated to see where this is going to go, because I don't think the PGA Tour, they put their best foot forward now. The email is out. Go on my page, facebook.com/inthecarwithstar, and you can read the email that was sent to the PGA Tour members. They're going to have to wait, and this is going to have to play out in real time, and we're going to see what's going to happen. The next event is in Portland, Oregon, on American soil, and I think that's when the shit's going to hit the fan. That's apparently when Bryson DeChambeau is going to tee it up. He's not there in London as the tournament is underway. And I was talking about it this morning, too, on TSN 690. I was like, we're all talking about these names, right? Phil, Sergio, Ian Poulter, all these Kevin now, all these names, Bryson, DJ. We're talking about all these names. Can you guys tell me where you're watching Live Golf today? Are you going to watch Live Golf today? Like, where are you going to watch it? The answer is online, because no network is going to tarnish their image by jumping into bed with the Live Tour. It's not happening. You're going to watch Golf Channel today. It's not there. You're going to put it on TSN. It's not there either. Where are you going to go? YouTube, Facebook, the Live Tour website to watch it for free online? That's where you're going to get it. And what about sponsors? RBC dropped Graham McDowell and Dustin Johnson as soon as they committed to the Live Tour. Louis Oosthuizen and Lee Westwood lost UPS just like that as soon as they announced it, right? So you tell me you own a company. You're K-Stop Gas Bar and Depanneur, Highway 138 in Ganawagi, proud sponsors of In the Car with Star. You think they want their brand on DJ's Polo? No, they don't. And I don't know how many brands are going to want their identity and their marketing attached to anybody that's on this tour. So outside of Bryson DeChambeau, I'm not missing anybody. I think Bryson was great for the PGA Tour, regardless of his terrible image and how poorly he treated volunteers and rule officials on tour when he was playing. Lots of meltdowns. Go look it up. It's out there. But the PGA Tour is a better place when Bryson is teeing it up in their events. So that's the one that stings for me. And I'm fascinated to see where this goes from here. In the meantime, the golf story continues to evolve, and you know this is a passion project of mine, my friends. So I'll be all over this story. I'm fascinated by this. So let's see what's going on. Stephen Deere, what up, Steve? PGA will lose in court. Maybe, you know, we're going to see what the challenge is. There's no doubt in my mind, Steve, that I believe there's a reason why DJ and others gave up their PGA Tour cards. Why they did that instead of waiting for the PGA Tour to suspend them, sanction them, sue them, whatever it is. I think there was a reason why they chose that path, because as independent contractors, they're members of the PGA Tour. But if they give up that membership, how can you suspend or sanction or sue someone if they're no longer members and voluntarily withdrew their membership, right? Like, I think there's a lot of smart people, a hell of a lot smarter than myself, who purposely put those players in that direction and took them that way on purpose. So, like I said, I don't think there's a way that we're going to be able to predict this. We're going to have to wait for it to come out in real time. Cheers, Corey Fitzgerald. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it as always. Thank you guys, as always, for following along. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Our Facebook page, of course, is wide open. It's Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Final tonight. These Tampa Bay Lightning men are absolute juggernauts, coming back and looking calm, cool, and collected. No Braden Point, doesn't matter. Steven Stamkos on the third line, doesn't matter. I mean, I don't know if Steven Stamkos is maybe the most underrated captain in the National Hockey League in quite some time, but I'm ready to admit something to you today. I like this Rangers team. I really, really do. They've got everything that I like in a hockey team. They're fast. They can be heavy. They've got great goaltending. They've got star power. They've got points. They've got goals. They've got Norris trophies on the blue line, and they have what appears to be a superstar goaltender in the making in Igor Shesterkin. So, yeah, I'm here to tell you and admit it to you all. I'm a fan of these New York Rangers, and I was happy to hear today. We had Marc Denis. Marc Denis, of course, the RDS game analyst for the Montreal Canadiens, joins us on the TSN 690 morning show every Tuesday, every Thursday at 8:30. If you missed today's interview, it's up at tsn690.ca on our podcast page. Marc Denis, I've been telling you this for a while, but who cares when I say it? You care when Marc Denis says it. He called them a modern-day dynasty. So take that, haters. I called it. Marc Denis backed me up. Modern-day dynasty. So what's going to happen in Game 5 today? I've got a couple of picks. I've got my best bet, which is you want the best bet right away? Okay, let's do it. Player prop bet. Mika Zibanejad. If you're looking to back Mika Zibanejad in a player prop bet for the New York Rangers today, Misoja.com is offering pretty much 3-to-1 odds. It's 2.8, $2.80 to your dollar bet on a single bet, now legal in Quebec. Anytime goal scorer, Rangers forward Mika Zibanejad. Why do I like him? Because, first of all, he's got 10 playoff goals, so that puts him fourth in playoff scoring. He scored in 3 of 4 games in this series, and he's also scored in his last 6 home games. Where's the game tonight? 1, 2, 3? Right, Madison Square Garden. So we're going to back Mika Zibanejad. Anytime goal scorer, that's my best bet to score tonight for the New York Rangers. What about the total in this game? Over under 5.5? Between the Lightning and the Bolts, backing the over 5.5, or the under, I should say, is going to get you paid. If you like the over, it's over 2-to-1. The under is the heavy favorite at about $1.50 to bet the under. So I do like the under. Here's a couple of factoids to consider ahead of the game tonight. Igor Shesterkin hasn't allowed more than 3 goals in 1 game since the first round, and that was Game 4 against Pittsburgh. The man at the other end, Andrei Vasilevsky, is getting better as the playoffs and this series grows longer. His numbers are bonkers. In his last 10 playoff games, he gives up an average of less than 2 goals. The under is also hit in his last 3 straight. So when I put that all together, it all adds up to an under 5.5. What about the game? Who do I think wins Game 5 tonight? Rangers at home at Madison Square Garden. The thing here, the splits are off the charts. I don't know if you guys are aware of the variance between the Rangers on the road and the Rangers at home. The Rangers at MSG in front of their fans are beasts. The one game they dropped at home was a triple OT loss to the Pittsburgh Penguins in round 1. Since then, unbeatable. Into context now, the Rangers are scoring over 4 goals a game at home. On the road, 2.4. What about goal prevention? What about defense? Giving up less goals, right? They give up, on average, 1.5 goals less per game on the road than they do at home. So we're going to talk about the under 5.5 and the New York Rangers to take a 3-2 series lead, and they win Game 5. All right, so my best bet is Mika Zibanejad, anytime goal scorer for the New York Rangers, a game that stays under 5.5, and give me the Rangers to take a 3-2 series lead over the Tampa Bay Lightning. Mike Rodriguez, what it do, brother? Is Golden State showing their age, or is Boston that good? Ooh, an NBA question. I don't talk nearly enough NBA. Here's the thing. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Horford did what I didn't think was possible. And maybe, the Warriors are a bit overvalued. The Warriors are an exceptionally tough team to guard. And Boston ran them ragged. And they also, by the way, they still got 31 points from Steph Curry. But Klay Thompson needs to get back to YouTube and find something else to search to motivate him Draymond Green, busy on his podcast, busy arguing with reporters, busy trying not to get double T's, needs to be a lot better for the Golden State Warriors too. But what I like about the Boston Celtics run, and to answer Mike's question directly, is Boston that good? Yes, I do believe the Celtics are that good. What were the Lakers thinking, right? Remember who they drafted instead of Jason Tatum? Oops. Might want, sometimes, your franchise player, your all-star Magic Johnson, maybe he doesn't know everything. Maybe he shouldn't have chosen Lonzo Ball. In hindsight, yeah, Jason Tatum was the better pick, but I digress. We're not here to play Monday morning quarterback. But here's what I hope happens. I hope the Boston Celtics win the NBA championship this year. Why? Because, yeah, they brought in a couple of pieces, but they went against the grain. They didn't form a juggernaut superstar team. You know what I mean? They didn't get together in the offseason, game plan about getting together with all their buddies and forming a transformer-like superstar team, right? It didn't happen. They drafted Jason Tatum. They developed Jason Tatum. They graduated Jason Tatum, and now look what he's doing. Right? They bring in a couple of key pieces like any good team does to round out the franchise for a hopeful deep playoff run, and that's what they did. And now it's working. So, in pro sports, which is a copycat league, what worked for you maybe is going to work for me too. Maybe NBA teams are going to look at that and say, you know what, maybe we need to be patient. Maybe we need to draft, develop, and graduate these guys. And that's this sports fan, that's what I'm hoping for anyway. So, yeah, I'm cheering for the Boston Celtics. I can't believe I just admitted I'm cheering for a Boston team. Oh, my God. Anyways, that's where you're never going to hear me cheer for the Boston Red Sox or the Boston Bruins. Sorry, Steven. Sorry, anybody else that's listening to me right now that loves the Boston Bruins. Especially, oh, my God, Frank at Clark Cafe. The biggest Boston Bruin fan I know outside of Stephen Deere from Ganawage. But I just can't do it. I hate Reggie Lemelin so much. He ruined my childhood watching Reggie Lemelin steal playoff series against the Montreal Canadiens. And I says, I like Cam Neely. I really do. I hated Ulf Samuelsson for what he did to Cam Neely. I thought Cam Neely was awesome. Power forward's always been my favorite players in the league. But it's Boston. I'm a Canadiens guy, man. I can't do it. Never going to happen. You're dead to me. Same thing. Like, I was at Clark Cafe the other day, and Frank, owner-operator, he was telling me, what do you think Bergeron's going to do? I say, he's not going anywhere. Either he goes back to play for Boston, or he retires. He's not Johnny Damon. Like, if I was a Boston Red Sox fan, let me tell you something. If I was a Boston Red Sox fan and Johnny Damon went to play for the New York Yankees, he's dead to me. I would never say hello to this guy. If I bumped into him on vacation or on the street somewhere. Same thing, Mike Komisarek. Mike Komisarek goes to Toronto Maple Leafs. What are you, crazy? You're done. Persona non grata forever and a day in Montreal. That's how I feel. That's just me. Some guy just walked by and did one of those. You ever see one of those? Like blows the boogers right out of his nose. He's a hockey player. I'm guilty. I do that sometimes too. Anyways, I just went off a little tangent because I just cheered for the Boston Red Sox. The Boston Celtics. Never Red Sox. Okay, guys. In the Car with Star brought to you as always. K-Stop Gas Bar Depener. How much did it cost you to put gas in your car the other day? $2.25 a liter for regular gas. We're all a bunch of suckers. That's what we are. Not you though, because you go to K-Stop Gas Bar Depener. Cheapest gas, premium fuel, discount prices, don't pay the taxes, boom! And the best snack selection of any gas station on planet Earth. And I stand by that statement. I challenge you to prove me wrong. Hot meals served daily, chili, all that great stuff. The menu changes all the time, so go check them out. In the Car with Star sent you there. K-Stop, Gas Bar, Depener, Highway 138 in Ganawage, right over the bridge. So if you're in downtown, LaSalle, Lachine, Candiac, La Prairie, Chateauguay, Mercier, what are you doing? Don't go to those big, stupid corporations. You go to K-Stop Gas Bar and Depener, family-owned and operated. You save money, premium fuel, discount prices. Okay? Okay. Happy Thursday. Enjoy the hockey tonight. We're cheering for the Laval Rocket, who gave one up last night. Man, what an ambiance, eh, Place Bell? 10,000 fans for an American Hockey League game. But nevertheless, the Rocket give it up 6-3. Will Bitton, a once-upon-a-time Montreal Canadiens draft pick in 2016 in the third round, scored 4 goals against Caden Primo. Laval and Springfield, the Thunderbirds, back in action Friday. Catch it live on TSN 690 if you're not at Place Bell. Thanks for watching. Go support my sponsors. Make sure you like and share this piece. Lots of fun talking golf with you guys. We'll see you soon.